like I said, I'm going to spend today going over an entries into cross Ashi. And I want to do it from this butterfly guard position that we just did in the warm-up, okay? And that sort of movement right there is going to be the most important thing that we need right now. Because just as it is right now, if he's got this weight on his feet like this, I'm never going to get into his legs. You can forget it, there's too much weight. This is not going to happen. So I have to get him to post with his hands so that his feet and legs get light, okay? What I want to do first, though, is actually we're going to just kind of go into what happens when my opponent does something kind of stupid. It's not going to happen that often against good opponents, but not all opponents are good, so it's good to know what to do with the dumb guys. So basically, a lot of people are doing this in the drill. It's the same sort of thing. I come in here. What I'm going to do is you can just go to the armpits if he's like leaning into you. Yeah, if he's doing this, then you can just go into the armpits. I find very often, especially in like a lot of IBJJF tournaments, you've got people who are very stally and they don't like to engage, so they're trying to keep distance. So you need to kind of start bringing them forward first. So I first kind of go under the armpits and I don't like go deep. You don't want to go wrist to wrist. You don't want to go chest to chest. You just want to get a nice hook on under his armpits. And you just start pulling them forward, and the minute you get that forward motion, that's where you transition to the armpits. And we're going to kick them up over our heads. And this is the situation I'm going to address right now, is that if he lets his feet just kind of hit the ground like that, because this is actually going to make some things that are really easy. This is going to make some things very easy for me. The first one is actually the leg entries that we started off doing before this one, straight Ashi. Because now all I have to do, grab a foot. Now I have straight Ashi. This leg entry becomes really easy from here. I can start pressing up. I can go into his legs, all sorts of stuff, okay? So this isn't the actual topic I want to work on today, but there are going to be people who do this in the drill, so I just wanted to point out, when your opponent does this, the first thing you should be thinking is if he lets his feet touch the floor, straight Ashi. Straight Ashi is very beneficial for us because it's one of the few leg entries you can do when he has weight on his feet. It's still easy to hit a straight Ashi. So, just pointing this one out one more time, okay? Again, I kind of hook into his shoulder blades, get him moving forward, transition to the armpits, bring him up, and if he has his weight on the ground, and by the way, when I do this, it's very important, I need to keep my elbows and knees together. If I do this, now I just pull down. Okay, my elbows and knees are together, go down to a foot, kick that same leg through, change sides, now I have straight Ashi. And I have a ton of options from here, wrist ups, sweeps, leg locks, all sorts of fun, okay? I think that was pretty simple. Anyone need to see that again? Oh, okay. So basically the same drill that we started. The only thing is if my opponent lets his feet hit the ground. Okay, so we come in, kick up, opponent, his feet hit the ground. Now from here, again, keep your knees and elbows together. Grab a foot, on that same side, kick the leg through, and just come here. Okay? Okay. Let's work on that one for a bit. Then we'll go to when our opponent's a little bit smarter and doesn't want to give me the straight Ashi. Okay, so first we're going to start, what if my opponent's a little bit smarter? So first, I'm going to be the smart person. So, we're starting in the same position, okay? He starts going, and what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to keep my feet up. This allows me, first of all, to just floating pass. Okay? And also, the main thing is it makes it harder to try to pull straight Ashi if we do this. Yeah, exactly. So that's the main thing is when you keep your feet up, that makes it harder for him to do things. I can't just grab the leg and go into straight Ashi anymore. I have to work a bit more. Not impossible, but it's more work for us now. Okay, so this is the reaction we're working with our opponent. It's the same idea, but now he keeps his feet up because he's trying to floating pass and he's trying to tighten his legs. Okay? So we come here, okay? Yeah, exactly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start switching to this side. And I'm not actually pulling this leg in, I'm kind of keeping frames. This leg comes out, and I go to the opposite leg now. And now I can capture both legs. Okay? So the difference is now I'm not grabbing the leg and pulling him in, because if I do that, he's going to fall on top of me, and I'm probably going to help him do some of his passing. I'm pretty sure if I did something like that to Joseph Chin, he would immediately start tripod passing me and going directly in the mouth. Okay? So what we're doing this time instead is we're going to the opposite leg. So we're here. Okay? So first we move to 90 degrees to him, and we frame on one leg so that we have our posts. And we can go into this cross Ashi on the far leg this time. Okay? So if I don't, the really important thing is I can't stay in line with him, okay? I have to go 90 degrees now so that I can have access to that other leg, okay? Yeah. Okay, so same start. Yang keeps his feet in the air. Yeah, that's perfect, okay? So, frame, leg comes out. And we go over. And I don't know if you saw it, it's also just like when you're trying to do a straight Ashi, you want to get your hips in the air. Okay, I can't do this if I have my back flat on the mat. First of all, it's going to be hard for me to turn because I have more friction because I'm just more contact with the floor. And also, I lose height. The leg's going to be further away because my hips are farther away and I can't get as close to that far leg. Okay? So showing this one more time. Okay, we're in here. We see. Same start, we're here. Now if I'm here, Yang has to start falling down. Yang can keep your foot up, If Yang keeps his foot up, then my hips are trying to do this hip flip. I'm actually kind of crushing myself. If I'm up here, now I can get this. Okay? You want to have your hips in the air when you're doing it, not like this. So you're coming up like this. Okay? So, look good to everyone? Okay, so let's do that one a bit, and then we'll go to another injury. Okay, so now we're going to go to another situation. We're still working in that kind of a butterfly guard position, but we're going to be a bit closer now. Okay, so now our opponent's closed the distance a bit more. He's got me into this butterfly half position. Okay, so first, just a general note for butterfly half. I don't want to be like this. If I'm like this, Chris just immediately gets across his underhook, starts doing the chest on chest. That's our pass and I lose, okay? When you're in a half guard variation of any kind, including just normal half guard, I never want both shoulders on the ground, okay? I always want to be on one side, okay? Preferably, whatever side I have the hook in on his leg, that's the side I need to be on, okay? And we're doing a butterfly half variation, so I have a butterfly hook with my other leg, okay? And also, I don't want my arms kind of like this, because again, now I'm giving Chris underhooks, and he just starts passing me again. Yeah, okay? I want my knees and elbows, my elbows in, preferably here are knee and elbow, because if Chris starts to lean into me now I can hold this weight really well. Okay, I can hold that all day, okay? And we're actually going to start with that sort of position that Chris is just kind of leaning in, exerting weight on me. Okay? Yeah, just like that. Okay? So, now we're going to, again, we have the same situation. If I want to enter his legs, it's going to be very hard to do that from here because he has weight on his knees. I'm not going to be able to pick him up like this. I need to get his weight to his hands, and I can use that to enter his legs. So, what I like to do is I like to take this frame on his chest, pummel it inside so that I'm on his armpit, bring my other arm in, and shove him over like this. Now I've got that weight on his hands, and now I can do basically the same entry we just did. Same idea. Okay? You're going to see this is, when you're going in for legs, this is a very often a recurring theme. You need to get his hands weighted and his feet light. Because anytime someone's feet are heavy, it's going to be very hard to enter the legs. That's why people you're going to see that a lot when you see people try fighting against good leg lockers, is they have a tendency to just kind of slump back and put all their weight kind of like this on their legs because they don't want their feet getting elevated because they know, oh, someone gets that, they're going to start going into the legs, okay? So let's move from this side to this, also on the camera. Okay? So, again, we're in butterfly half. I've got my elbows nice and tight. I've got his weight here, okay? So again, with this hand, I pummel up in here, under his armpit, okay? Then both hands go to the armpit, and I basically roll and I push him this way, in the direction that his own head is pointing. And I use my butterfly hook to just kind of kick him out. Okay? Nice, the more distance I get, the better. Okay, this foot is actually very light right now. You can see that I can just pick it up like this. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, we hook in, grab, kick through, and we sit up into cross-Ashi, just like what we did earlier. Okay? I annoy the fuck out of people with this injury, so I do this a lot. So, I was on reunification day, I visited Metagame Jiu-Jitsu actually, and I was rolling with bands and one of their black belt instructors. I was doing this to him constantly. God, that's fucking annoying, stop that. So I landed this once, actually, when I was rolling with Joseph Chen in Poland. I landed this on him once too. It was a different leg entanglement in the end, but I was able to get the same sort of entry. Admittedly, Joseph Chen was probably giving only like 30-40%, so I mean, I'm not saying I'm as good as Joseph Chen, I'm just saying that even a high-level person, when he's not trying to kill me, you can still get this one. So that's all I'm trying to say with that, okay? So again, not trying to say about Joseph Chen's level, I am not. If I can reach Joseph Chen's 40%, I'm going to be a very happy man. Okay, so showing that one more time, but I think that was a pretty easy one. We've done something similar with straight Ashi as well. Okay? So again, we're here, pummel in, both frames on the armpit, and I'm really kind of rolling over to the other shoulder as I do this and kicking with that other leg. Get that. Yeah, you can see his foot sliding because his weight's on the hands now. Okay? So then you just basically, the foot that's closest to the side, you bring that in, hook, grab the leg, and now I can just sit up into cross-Ashi. And attack all sorts of crazy stuff. Okay? So we'll work on this one for a bit, and then we'll start with some positional sparring. Okay?